Here we go.
Good mate, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
It's a guy. Big day for you.
Yeah, work at the moment is just absolutely hectic. But that's all right.
What does work entail for you throughout the day? Like when you're not on.
Uh, yeah, so currently the ship that I'm on is basically up on the stilts for maintenance, so for really deep level maintenance.
Mhm.
And with that comes a lot of engineering change and kind of management processes that have to kind of be adhered to. And so that's a big part of how we, keep ourselves accountable and make sure that all the equipment is safe to be used and can operate within its kind of limits. And so that's happening at the moment. We've got an audit coming up next week. So it's just been hectic at the moment.
Yeah,
But
right.
all good.
Okay. Keeps you getting paid. That's the main thing, bro.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. So basically, I wanted to do this call to give you a chance to provide you a bit about your experience, any feedback, where you're looking to go next, and as a bit of market research as well, just to get an insight as to how the experience was for you, what brought you to it, and all those sorts of things. Sound good?
Yeah, easy.
Cool, cool. So yeah, I can just leave with questions if that's easiest for you. Yeah,
Maybe.
cool, cool. So I guess the first thing would be, what was the main thing that made you reach out and seek advice or coaching in the first place?
I think I was very much in this kind of this trapped mindset where I wasn't progressing at all.
Yeah.
And I was kind of just happy with going with the flow. But in reality, I was kind of snowballing in the opposite direction. Um, and yeah, I had some issues with alcohol that I wanted to address. Outside of the kind of counseling that I have available at work. And I think I knew deep down that a lot of the work that needed to be done was more on myself rather than, strictly alcohol counseling.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, basically those two factors are the biggest ones.
Okay, cool. And what are some of the things that you learned throughout the coaching?
Mate, big question. Look, I think every week I learned something new. I really enjoyed from the life assessments, being able to kind of, look at yourself in a snapshot in time and then, continue to analyze that down the track to see how you're progressing. I found that really, really useful. And yeah, just a really good way to kind of measure, intrinsic performance. Um, to even like the journaling, I'm a huge fan, absolutely love it. I just feel so much more productive. I, don't like my mind is no longer so like muddled with all this crap that I have to do because I can just kind of put it on a page and then I, can reflect on it the next morning. And yeah, the reflection piece has been a massive one for me. I feel like I've always been decently self-aware, but like only in the moment
Yeah.
and not spending a whole lot of time reflecting. So yeah, love the journaling pace. Will 110% continue on. Well, most of these things I'm going to pursue into the future because they have been really beneficial.
Mhm.
And then also like the habit tracker, being able to keep yourself accountable again for specific you know tasks that you want to get done or like repetitive, not repetitive, but habits. Yeah, essentially
Yeah.
that you want to continue to keep like healthy habits and behaviors has been awesome. Being able to confront some pretty heavy emotions or heavy kind of emotional blocks, I guess, was really cool. I loved the breath work. Um, what else we got? Yeah, I've really, really liked Daniel. Daniel was really good. I think we worked really well together and we got some really cool stuff out of those. what do you call them? The
The time
guided
windows.
sessions or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Coaching.
the one. Yeah, got some really good stuff out of that, and I was pretty impressed with it because yeah, I didn't like I know when I did it with you and it was good. But yeah, I wasn't convinced that I would have the same or be able to work even better this time. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
Good.
Um, I think even though I wasn't the most social person in that group chat, um, having it there and realizing that it wasn't just an individual, like my own kind of journey, and being able to be inspired by other people, like Frankie. In the early weeks, definitely inspired me a fair bit to keep going. And then towards the end there, it was nice to see some of the quieter guys kind of, getting up and, sharing their progress. And yeah, really, really fed off that. But I think I'm pretty confident that from here, I've got the tools, and it will just be a matter of keeping to it, more than anything.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Big thing, bro. Keep doing the work, right? Because
yeah,
literally the journaling, you're like, oh yeah, if you're finding that useful, like I haven't stopped journaling. And when I've had times where I haven't, I've paid for it. Right. It's cost me.
yeah,
So because a lot of the guys will go through and then on the other side let something slip and find themselves in a hole down the track. I don't want you to have that experience.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Where would you say you personally grew like where was the most growth for you?
Definitely. Let me just pull up my habit tracker. um, yeah, around a big bit around the personal development and spiritual fulfillment and purpose piece.
Awesome.
Um, I think, yeah, a combination, one from the personal development side, being able to have those tools to keep me accountable,
Mhm.
and then from the timeline therapy side for, like, spiritual fulfillment, the pace and, like, kind of understanding myself and having a better connection with myself. I genuinely don't think I've ever had or understood myself as good as I do right now. So yeah,
Good.
really, really grateful for that sort of things.
Yeah. Can you see why it's called self-made now? It's about getting to know,
Yeah,
trust. Yeah, yeah, cool.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
any other changes that you've noticed?
Um, like my relationship with alcohol. I think for the first time in my life, I went to a comedy show with some of my best mates, and I actually had a call with Daniel earlier that night, so I couldn't meet them out for beers prior to the comedy show. But I met them out, and a couple of them were pretty pissed. And I think for the first time in my life, I kind of looked at them and I was like, "Fuck me, is that what I'm like when I'm pissed? Am I like that annoying and that kind of?" Yeah, I saw that behavior and it like confronted me. And I've never had that experience before. I don't think I've ever had my eyes open to, or like as open as they are now, to just the effects that it can have on you. And for the last, I think the first week of course, I fucked up once. And that was, we had a work function that just got way out of hand and shit hit the fan. But ever since then, I have really, really impressed myself and been in some, scenario or some circumstances where usually in the past, typically I have kind of, drunk to excess and done stupid things. And like, I haven't had a hangover since that one night in the first week.
Good.
Like, yeah, my relationship with alcohol, I think, is really blossomed from combination of the work that I've been doing with some alcohol counselors, but I think definitely the piece around just kind of understanding myself more, and understanding where that kind of behavior came from.
Yeah. Good. Good.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone who was looking to join self-made or do some coaching?
I think self-made. Trying to think which way I would go, like what I would recommend, whether to do like I'd say after having done both, probably go through self-made first. Because I think the fact that you have all these other people, going through the program with you
Mhm.
really does kind of motivate you and at the same time keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Um, so I think self-made, yeah, 100% recommend to, anyone who's kind of lost or, needs to kind of pick themselves up and wants to make some serious healthy behavior changes. And then I think, if, and most like going to take my own advice here, but like, if you need more help further down the line, reach out for like those one-on-one counseling sessions, kind of get yourself back on track and realign yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, self-made's been unreal. And like without, throwing the prices around, like the value for money that you get with self-made's, yeah, incredible.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Like,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah, it's good.
How did you find me as a coach, facilitator, mentor? How would you have rated the experience having me lead the program?
Yeah, no, like no real notes. I think, I spoke to you halfway through about the fact that I was kind of getting uh a little bit maybe frustrated with the length of those ones that were the sessions on Monday were kind of creeping away from us. And yeah, I found that frustrating is not the right word, but a little bit annoying at some stages. Um,
You had a over
Apart from that,
3 hour call. One of the calls went for like,
yeah, yeah, exactly right. Like, holy shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, Apart from that, I think, yeah, no real, no real negatives. I think you were, super enthusiastic. You were really motivating. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, everyone that was in those sessions, looks up to you in some way, shape, or form. Um, and I think you did help. I want to say everyone, but I can't speak for other people's experiences. But from what I saw from the people that did kind of come the whole way through, I think there was at least from what people were saying, noticeable improvement in how they were feeling. And I do really hope that everyone kind of continues on.
Cool. How was your experience working with your mentor, with Daniel? How, like, what would you have to say about that? I know you touched on it, but I just want to hear a little bit more.
Yeah. Um, yeah, look, I think at the start, I was a little bit nervous because he seemed real green, like real fresh.
Yeah.
Um, but after we did that um, timeline therapy session, I was like, nah, you nailed it. Like, I don't
Cool.
know what the hell it was, but yeah, two of us just gelled, and ever since then, yeah, I think he got a lot out of me, and yeah, like I mean, he was still obviously fresh, but like he did some good stuff, and yeah, I feel very happy and very honored that he took the time to work with me through some of those things.
Beautiful, bro. Appreciate that feedback. Yeah. He was pretty green, man. Like, that's what we
Yeah,
give him. Yeah. But yeah, for the price, man, you got a lot of value.
yeah.
Yeah, cool. Is there any areas that you're looking to grow next? Like,
I think eventually, I definitely want to touch the money piece. I
mhm,
think for now, I really want to sort everything else out. I think this I've still got, processes from this course that I need to implement or can implement in better ways, and become more consistent and try some different things. And there's still, some of the books that you've recommended, I still want to get onto and read.
yeah,
So for now, I'm really focused on like, internal kind of self-improvement still. And that's fitness, that's the spiritual piece, that's the emotional, mental piece.
yeah,
I really want to get them squared away, and kind of perfect those techniques. And I understand that it's not going to it's not going to be a straight kind of linear um, improvement. But I'd like that to get to a better place before I start looking at some other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Integrate what you've
Yeah.
got. As for the spiritual
Yeah.
piece, those books that I've given you in that last lesson, they're game
Yeah.
changers, man. They will really open your way of thinking and seeing the world up to some new stuff. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else that you'd like to share?
Nah. Nah. Happy.
Cool, cool. Is there any kind of support networks or anything that, like, if you could have whatever you wanted moving forward, whether it was like
Mm-hmm.
monthly call, bi-weekly call, quarterly catch up, check-ins, just a group support through text message, like, is there anything that you could think of that you would like moving forward?
Um, I would love for that group chat not to die.
Cool.
I think, people kind of sharing their experiences would definitely benefit everyone. I think myself personally, I'd probably look at, this 6 month mark. So half or what's that? Early next year, be looking at maybe reaching out, well, depending on how I'm going,
Mhm.
reaching out with yourself, or I don't know, maybe a group thing. I feel like a group thing would go one of two ways, and it would be like a lot of people doing really well, or like a lot of people have fallen off, and I don't know how that would how I would go seeing that dynamic.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I definitely don't want to, just kind of smoke bomb and disappear. I think if I like personally find myself in a you know, pretty rubbish place for whatever reason, I'll 100% reach out to you
Absolutely.
to see if we can sort something out, to kind of realign and go from there. Um, yeah, yeah, it's weird. I have thought a fair bit about, how everyone's, we're at the end of the session now, and there's nothing kind of holding us together. It's kind of all on us now to keep that network going.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll we'll be doing a call on Monday where we can put together something for you guys moving forward. Okay. So
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Cool.
We're looking at doing a in-person retreat with breath work with a bunch of modalities that you haven't yet experienced. Do you want the
Yeah.
details? That's ready to go.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll send it through.
100%. I won't say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you located again?
In Sydney.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we're probably going to do it around the Gold Coast, but it'll be a decent
Yeah.
experience. The whole rebirth thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate your feedback, bro. Really appreciate it. Are you okay if I share anything from this conversation, whether it's video or an audio at any stage?
Let's go.
Absolutely, bro. All right, cool. Appreciate you. Does 7 p.m. work for you next week for the wrap up call?
Yeah. Happy with that.
Awesome, bro. All right. I'll see you 7 p.m. next week on Monday.
Sounds good. Cheers for that.
Too easy, man. Have a good night. Good to talk to you. Cheers, bro.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.